We're at the 2009 SEMA show, and we have Robert Height here. He's leading the points at NHRA for the season.
Yeah, we have one more race to go, and hopefully bring that 2009 championship home for Ford and John Force Racing and ARP. We appreciate all that you guys do for us, and it's a great relationship we have with you guys. And just as a funny car driver, having the engine in front of you and how much loads and everything that we're doing with these engines and how much fuel we're running, it's nice to know that we have great fasteners that hold the cylinder heads on, and the main studs in so the crank don't fall out. But for fire and everything else in a funny car, the fasteners are the biggest load and the biggest abuse of anything in that engine, and we wouldn't have anything but ARP.
The demands of the funny cars that John Force Racing requires on every part of the car, as well as the fasteners, it's a good partnership for us to work with them because of developing the new product that's in extreme condition.
We build a lot of our own parts in-house at John Force Racing, cylinder heads and superchargers and the blocks, and we work closely with ARP on the thread fit and trying to keep our tolerances as close as they do, so that when everything's mated, it's right, and we just have a great fit on everything. And it's very, very important with today's fuel engines. There's so much fuel going in them and so much cylinder pressure that it's trying to lift the head off every run. So we definitely need everything right, and with ARP we get that.
We're here at the 2009 SEMA show, and I'm here with Hubie Fuh. He has the world's fastest Mini, and he's utilizing ARP fasteners to do that.
Yeah, well, Chris, this actually is a project that we developed with Mini USA and us over at ABF Performance. And when we designed this project, we looked to really see how far we can push the limits of the Mini. I mean, Mini is normally known as a fun, cute car, but for us, it's a flexible platform, a real performance. It's a giant killer. So being that we wanted to push the limits, first thing that came to mind was ARP fasteners. The parts we have are only as good as the fasteners you use to hold them together, and so that's why we're fortunate to work with you guys and take advantage of your material technology and manufacturing expertise to hold this motor together and get us down the track.
Very good. You're not only using the head studs and main studs, but you also, I've noticed, you are using our wheel studs in the cars.
Oh no, for sure, definitely. I mean, when we push the limits of the car, every piece of hardware that we could use ARP on, that's what we look to do.
Very good. We also, we've got some accessory fasteners in there holding the intake manifold, fuel rails, and it's some of our high-strength stainless there that has a lot of looks as well as function.
No, definitely. I mean, the cool thing about the Mini, obviously, is not just the unique mark, but when we went through this project, it was about really designing components, and a lot of the components aren't available. So for us, we're fortunate to work with you guys and have the flexibility to design exactly what we needed for this car.
Does this car have more potential? Is there something left in it, or is it that's max?
Well, we still have a little bit left, and now that we're using all the ARP stuff, I mean, we're going to definitely push it and see how much more is in there.
Thank you.
No problem.
We're here at the 2009 SEMA show with Bryan Fuller. Normally I'd sit here and ask questions about one of his projects, but I think he can handle it better than I.
Get out of here. All right. This is our latest creation we call Fueler 3, and this was in memorial to one of our customers' fathers that just passed. And you can kind of see we've got his initials kind of ghosted in here. And obviously the idea is to have a good rideable bike that's nice and has a good quality, tight look. And obviously, since we're in the ARP booth, we'll talk about the ARP fasteners, which are, to me, really, it's funny because you can literally take a boring engine, you put the ARP fasteners all over, which takes a lot of work, by the way. You've got to shorten them all to length. Sometimes you have to turn the heads. Going in and making them all fit perfect. I mean, every bolt on this thing has been switched out to ARP, which is, I can tell you, a lot of work. And they were nice enough to do a couple of specials, such as our socket lock here. This is an amazing bolt. And, to me, it just takes a level of machinery up to another notch. We put something together. The great thing about using their fasteners, we never worry that something's going to break. Now, you get a cheap, cheap stainless part at any hardware store or somewhere down the street, you're probably going to pop several of those things. And even some factory bolts you'll pop that don't make it over time. We never had that issue. We don't even think about it. It's really just a non-issue for us because we use ARP fasteners. So we're real proud of this bike, and I think it's a really cool piece. So anyway, catch you next time.